It's been a while since I talked about Beyblade on the channel, and I will probably start making some shorts about combos, but I needed to make a full video on the Extreme Expansion Pack because this is actually a big step in the right direction for Hasbro Beyblade. Between this and the team packs, things are looking up. Hello and welcome to a Beyblade review. Today we're taking a look at the Extreme Expansion Pack. Now let's start by going over everything that comes in the set, starting with the blades. The exclusive blade, Night Mail. A defense type that uses ball bearings as a dampening for impacts, the way that like a dead blow hammer works. Then, like the Takara release, you get a blue-coated Hell's Hammer, or Hammer Incendio. It is nice to get a coated version, adds a little bit of extra weight. And honestly, these colors are really good. Hammer was intended as a down smash attack, having down-tilted contact points. Honestly, I find it works better as sort of a counter defense that occasionally can do some damage. And finally, you get a standard Ghost Circle. I don't really know why they didn't recolor this, at least. This is the exact same blade that you get in the 2-pack. I wish they had at least made it, red or something instead of this magenta. I don't know. This was intended to be a defense type, and I don't know, it's kind of light. It is pretty much completely circular, though, which is nice. I'm sure there's something you can do with this, though the weight definitely would be a problem. Moving on to the ratchets, you get 385, which I already got in the second Hasbro Stadium. These simple ratchets just aren't great. This one's really tall, and 3 is fairly easy to burst. This is just not a great part. Then you get a 455, which I actually already have as well, and I actually do find this part somewhat useful. Still a simple ratchet, so it bursts easily, but because of its very low height, it can actually be useful for some attack types or special defense builds. And for the final of the simple ratchets, you get 965, which 9 is good. 9 doesn't burst super easy, even with a simple ratchet, but 65 is a weird height. There's not much reason to use this if you haven't already put 960 and 970 into your deck, so it's not a horrible part, it's just kind of situational. I do like the purple they went with, though. It's reading a little blue on my screen, but it's sort of a lavender-ish. And finally, the not simple ratchet you get, 770. Now, I have a 760, but I will absolutely be putting this into my own deck, because 7 is the heaviest ratchet, and honestly, this one seems fairly stiff, so it's a good part. That does vary batch to batch, but you can't really go wrong with this as a part. And finally, going over bits, Bound Spike, which, yeah, I guess Spike. Honestly, this looks more like a point bit to me, but it bounces a little bit when it gets hit, so it absorbs impact. It's an okay defense type, but it really could use more stamina. Speaking of point, you do get a blue point. This is an all-around balanced bit. High resistance, decent stamina, can be aggressive if it gets hit a certain way. It's a solid bit. I use Transpoint personally because it's a little bit lower, but it is something that I do use in my own deck. Metal Needle, which is tournament banned anyway and damages your stadium, so I don't even know why they bothered putting it in this. They could have easily swapped this for half a dozen different bits that I would have preferred, but it is in here. I like the shade of green. Never going to use it, but a white ball, which I literally already have. I mean, it's nice to have another ball. White's a good neutral color. It's a good inclusion, I just don't need it personally. And finally, Rubber XL. High friction, a lot of teeth, and apparently the Hasbro release has a harder rubber than the Takara one, meaning it lasts a lot longer. And I haven't felt the Takara one to compare, but this is a really stiff rubber, so that sounds accurate to me. This is an absurdly aggressive bit. Honestly, it might even be too aggressive for X. And yeah, the massive, like, elevate disc around the gearing is just so that it makes sure it gets above the ground on the extreme rail so this doesn't get worn off. So why am I so excited that the set got released by Hasbro? Well, aside from the fact that it, to me, says that Takara is finally lighting a fire under them to actually make them try and push Beyblade X properly in the West. But while the parts in this aren't quite as good as the Takara release, I will admit, the parts aren't bad, but this set, to me at least, pushes the customization aspect of X. Unlike the Takara release, there's not really any perfect color combinations here with good part combinations. And I think that's going to force a lot of bladers to get out of that mindset of color coordination, at least as strongly. And for such a good deal, I mean, I don't even have to say I expect it to sell well. I've seen the sales on Amazon. It's selling well. In fact, the entire reason that it's taken me this long to get the video out is because it sold out like twice before I could even get it. To wrap things up, this is a great parts pack for a good price. There's a reason it's selling so well. I mean, you pick this up, a winder launcher, and like one other 2-pack, you basically got a viable tournament deck. So yeah, if you're on the fence, pick it up. So I actually recorded the customized set review like literally 2 days before all the Toy Fair stuff dropped. Never doubt me. I feel incredibly vindicated when I said that Takara was... They lit a fire under Hasbro, man. That this is great. This customized set was absolutely an omen of things to come. Takara is finally forcing Hasbro to release the things that they should have been releasing since year one, but hey, better late than never. Three, two, one. Three, two, one. Two, one. And that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Subscribe and hit the bell to be alerted for future reviews. Come chill in the Discord. Follow me on Twitter, if that's even still around. And consider supporting me on Patreon so I can keep bringing you videos like this. And, as always, until next time, happy building.